We're sorry. Sorry.
As you probably know if you're clicking on this video, the first episode of the anime adaptation of Bleach 1000-Year Blood War just dropped today, and
it was pretty lit. I really enjoyed it.
I forgot to make the joke though. I forgot my joke.
What joke, man?
I was gonna say...
What were we gonna say?
We're talking about trending worldwide #1.
Just so you know, that I know, that you know why I'm hastily releasing this video as a vlog. See, I screwed it up again.
It's okay, keep it in there. Improv, baby.
Improv. Alright, improv. Well, how did you feel about it, Mr. Improv?
I loved it, man.
I knew you would.
No, man, that's good.
I really was impressed. I think you went in with higher expectations than me. I don't think either of us has really watched Bleach in quite a while.
No, it's been a while.
Years, probably.
Yep.
Yeah. I went back and watched a couple episodes here and there. Just like highlights to check out footage for other videos I was going to edit. I was quite impressed, like visually.
Oh man, it was gorgeous.
Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent to the change that... I don't watch the One Piece anime, but the change that One Piece anime fans have experienced over the years. You know, you got way more of that like digital rendering now in the visuals. Like the way that shadows are rendered out and the way that things are lit up. It's really vibrant. It's really dynamic, like as far as, you know, high dynamic resolution, blah, blah, blah. Not nice, clean, digital, but not, I don't know, not in a bad way. There are a lot of shows that have come out that I think look clean in a way that I don't care for so much. Dragon Ball Super, for example.
Yeah, a little too clean.
I like what they've done here, though.
It blew me away. I loved seeing from starting Bleach at the beginning and then just slowly transitioning to better animation throughout the years up to where it is now. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
And I mean, that takes us straight to the, I guess jump right to the little A and B thing that they done at the end. Because I mean, that's
man,
a perfect example of what you're talking about.
Yeah, they started at the episode 1, right? They showed like the flashback to episode 1.
Why you asking all them questions?
Yeah, I believe they showed like Rukia, you know, giving up her powers temporarily for substitute Soul Reaper Ichigo Kurosaki.
And then it just started going through all the arcs. And they didn't reanimate it. They left it as the old footage, and you just slowly got to watch the animation improve throughout the years. And it was beautiful. It was nostalgic. It was awesome.
And I mean, it was clearly probably like upscaled HD, but they had that film grain, like noise grain effect over it. It still had that old school vibe to it. It looked like they really took some time making that look good. It's probably 4 or 5 minutes at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be that long. It's how long it felt anyway. I mean, we just watched it. Took us a while to get everything set up. Haven't done a video like this in a while. You really seemed to react to the Bankai moment. I mean, it was beautiful, obviously.
Oh man!
And that was about the time when the remix of #1, I think, came on. Maybe I could be wrong here.
I think #1 popped up when it showed the whole crew.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think #1 was fading out by the time he used his Bankai.
Yeah. The point was, I mean, it was obviously visually impressive. I think he got a little more out of it. I mean,
it got me hyped. Man. It's been years.
You should have saw the man.
Now you're
I'm so happy, man. I'm so freaking happy. Oh. It's a beautiful thing to see. I feel like I'm almost too cynical to react in that way to the vast majority of shows.
Haiku.
Mess you up!
God, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see it. And I was feeling it. I'll tell you.
You were.
When I was really feeling it, because I thought much more impressive was the Oryu scene. Like, Oryu Ishida, the Quincy bro. He's like skating around, like I don't know, using his Quincy energy. I don't remember. His Reiatsu. Do Quincy's have a Reiatsu, or is that just Soul Reapers? I can't.
Man, it's been a while.
I can't remember.
I'm gonna have to rewatch to know that.
The point was he was using like that energy to like tether his feet to the ground and skate around, and it was one of those scenes where the camera was like following him around, so the angle was changing the entire time. That is the type of scene that always impresses me, because I know that, you know, they had to draw this character moving around from all these different angles. They had to draw like the background moving around, like the monster he was chasing, like it, you know, the camera moving from him to the monster. It is so visually impressive in moments like that, and it's not the only one that was like that.
No, there's
Also,
a scene with the newer Soul Reaper hopping across the rooftops.
oh yes, these were kind of like static side to side, but you could tell that they had like multiple layers, like for the city in the background, like skyscrapers and lights off in the background. They had that little parallax, you know, things are sort of moving at different speeds, different directions, and it gives you that really, I don't know, I keep using the word dynamic, but that dynamic feeling. There were a lot of scenes. Oh yeah. Also the fight with Ichigo against the other Quincy dudes. I guess that's kind of a spoiler, but I mean, when he's fighting the other dude and they're flying around in the air, the camera was sort of like tracking them.
Yeah.
Now, in that case, the background's mostly sky, so that's probably a little easier to do. But I mean, still drawing the character from multiple angles is that much harder. With all that said, even the moments when, you know, it wasn't like a dynamic camera angle, I thought the direction was interesting. Like the moment when not Shino, but the dude that was with Shino, the scaredy cat, who like, pops up.
Ryunosuke, I think was his name.
Ryunosuke. When he's like freaking out because he's like just noticed the hollow above him, it like flashed back to the traffic lights, which had been green earlier, and then the green went red. Cool direction. I mean, that moment where it's like crap hits the fan and then you get hit with the green to the red light, stuff like that I find really cool.
I think I completely missed that.
It was really fast. It's one of those things that they throw it on screen for like a single second. You can almost miss it. But there were a couple things like that, you know, I caught here and there that I thought were really interesting choices. You know, just little things that tell me that they were really thinking about what they were showing us. I'll tell you one thing that I did have a problem with at first. This is gonna be so.
What was it?
This is gonna be so out of order and janky. Not with the actual show. We tried to watch it on Hulu at first. The Hulu subtitles have this giant, just square black box behind them. Like, I guess, I don't know, do they do this just to cover up the kanji? Do they think this looks good? I don't know. But not only that, like, you've got this giant square, and you've got the text down here, but then you've got a translation of the room they're in right here. I got like 1 minute into this, and I'm not watching this way.
They're just taking up half the screen, too.
Yes. Oh my god. Like, people like Hulu, Crunchyroll, blah blah blah. This is why people pirate. It just looks bad. Why? I don't understand these choices. On top of these choices, like, most of these platforms don't give you the option to like specifically choose a resolution when you're cast into the TV, things like this. It's absolutely ridiculous. I ain't a rat, so I ain't gonna tell you where I ended up watching it. But, you know, went to another website to watch it. They had reformatted the subtitles, looked a million times better. Someone obviously did that work for free. Thank you to those people.
You've got to do better, Senator. You've got to step up.
But with all that said, that's probably the only thing that really annoyed me was the experience that we had with Hulu at first.
Yeah, it was a bummer.
Yeah, we just started talking about Hulu. I don't know what to say. There was obviously a little bit of comedy in there. I mean, it's the comedy you kind of expect from from Bleach.
I mean, you have this mysterious villain just pop up in Ichigo's room, and he just straight up, Ichigo just doesn't care what this man has to say, kicks him out the window.
Yeah.
Because my boy Ichigo's got that dog in him.
Yeah, you know, that brings me to something. I don't feel like, especially as the show has gotten older and older, Ichigo has that many defining characteristics, but his tenacity and his, like, I don't know, like, his dryness, his sarcasm when he's talking to the bad guys and the like that kind of stuff I really dig. Mm-hmm. It gives him some personality in a show where the main character doesn't really have, like, you know, any particular interests. He's just kind of a good family guy.
Yeah, he's just a good guy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with that. I've been watching the show for a long time, so I feel like that helps me to overlook it a bit. But, you know, it's nice to see right off the bat he gives me some moments that genuinely make me laugh. You don't get that in every shonen. You really don't.
No.
A lot of time, all the comedy falls flat. I did feel some of the comedy, fell flat, but none of it was like irksome or anything like that. There was music, obviously.
Oh man.
There was that remix of number 1 was good. Other than number 1, none of the music really pops out to me in my memory. Maybe I'll regret saying that when I rewatch it and realize that I really like something else.
Just that the outro.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to be the OP, but it looks like it was the ED. It was really catchy. It was a good choice for an OP ED type song, really.
Yeah, it really was.
Got that 4 on the floor. Just gets you pumping, gets the blood flowing, that kind of track. It's always good. I really dug the Yamamoto moment, obviously.
Oh man, that was a good moment.
Yeah.
The tension there in that scene.
Yeah, I always love seeing boy Yamamoto, and he's always got those lines, man. They ask him why he hasn't got any security, and my old man is just like, no need for such a thing. There could be no greater security than my being here. Something like that.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
I will say this is one of those things that does frequently irk me in shonen. This is not a big complaint, but there's always that moment in that scene and the scene with Ichigo. They both had a clear opportunity to just kill the people in front of them, and they both chose to take their time. It's not a big deal, but it's sort of as well. It's just why Ichigo just cut off the dude's arm. You can interrogate him later.
Seriously, but
it's a shonen thing, and obviously I've read a good bit of the Thousand Year Blood War. Stuff you've already seen isn't gonna irk you in a situation like that. He's read part of it.
Yeah. I think you read just a little further than me.
Yeah, I think I saw a few more fights. I guess that does beg the question, what to expect in the future. This is gonna be a 4-core, I believe.
Yeah. 52 episodes split between 4 cores.
52 episodes, 4 cores. It's like a year's worth of seasons. That needs to be said.
Yeah.
52 episodes is a good round number as far as anime seasons go, though. I'm impressed that they're not stretching this out way further. I thought it would be 2 or 3 chapters per episode. A lot of shows do that. These days, One Piece is 1 chapter per episode. This was 5 chapters in the first episode, which I personally love. That's the way I like to see it done. I want you to fly through that. No repetitive dialogue, no freaking recap intro scene, none of that. And I didn't pick up on any of it. This is the kind of stuff that really bothers me in shows. Really, really bothers me, in most shonen shows. None of it was there. We really flew through a lot pretty quickly as far as manga material is concerned.
It's straight to the point, man.
Yeah. I'm always looking for that all killer, no filler, and I enjoyed that. I hope it stays just like that, and it pretty much has to at 52 episodes. 52 episodes.
Yeah, if it's gonna
200 chapters, I want to say.
If it's gonna squeeze every bit of that in, it's got to be straight to the point.
Yeah, it's got to be 4 or 5 chapters per episode, and I couldn't ask for anything different. It's exactly what I would want.
The pacing was great.
Yeah. I always like, high octane with this kind of thing, so that's good. Hope we see Rukia next episode.
Would be nice.
Yeah.
Ichigo and Rukia reunion.
I can't remember where in the manga. It's been so long since I read any of this. I've forgotten almost everything.
I remember the incoming battle that's about to happen right here. I remember that fairly decently, and I know Rukia and Ichigo meet up at some point during that, I believe.
Yeah, I guess that's... this is a non-spoiler thing. I was obviously shonen. You can expect shonen fights. But as for what to expect, as for how much I've read from the manga, I didn't finish the 1,000 Year Blood War, but I believe I read over half of it. I was reading it long and long as it was coming out, and you lose your patience sometimes. I'm that kind of guy. I said, I'll pick it back up, I'll binge the rest of it one day, and then one day I woke up and the anime was announced, so here we are. That's all to say. I think we can expect a lot of those 52 episodes to just be straight up fights.
Man.
Because, most of what I remember from
a lot of fights.
Just fights, the whole time. First, You know, for a show like Bleach, where I personally feel there's not a ton of, you know, like original substance all the time, that's kind of the way to go. I mean, one-on-one shonen fights, it's the heart of shonen in a lot of ways. I mean, it's not the only thing that makes it up, but, you know, as long as you've got the soul, you can get people to vibe with your emotions. One-on-one fights is where that stuff really shines. If you can bring all that out while people are going head-to-head, giving those glimpses of flashbacks or whatever it is you're doing, I don't think anybody's gonna complain about that.
You think this is something we're gonna watch weekly, or give it a break and binge it, or?
You know, because it's 5 chapters per episode, I'd actually feel a lot better about watching this week to week than, for example, and I haven't kept up with exactly how many chapters per episode this is, but than, for instance, My Hero Academia, which I've watched week to week as far as the 2 episodes so far go. I'm enjoying what I've seen so far. I am. I've heard a lot of people say that, you know, series falls off at certain points. For certain people, you know, everybody's got their own opinion. I do feel not as bad as I did for season 5, but I do feel kind of dragging it out. It's always got to be that moment where you, like, you know the episode's about to end because the cool thing is about to happen. That's just frustrating, and it's not necessary. If that first episode, I'm getting off on My Hero Academia right now. If that first episode had cut out the recap at the beginning, had cut out the repetitive dialogue, and there were repeated lines, it's like this in tons of shonen, unfortunately. You know, little stuff like that. If you hadn't repeated that scene after the commercial break, which once again, I remember them doing that. I'm sure there were a couple of other things here and there where they're just, you know, they're putting off, they tell you what you're looking forward to, and then they try to put it off for a few more minutes. It's so that they can give you that stupid cliffhanger. And I hate it. If that sort of thing's gonna happen, let it happen naturally. You know what I mean? That's just me. I feel like this does those things a lot better. Once again, another comparison. I've been starting to read One Piece recently, and, you know, it's got these interesting themes about, you know, freedom and authoritarianism.
Get up, cocksuckers. Salute the flag. Get up, everybody, get up. It's Memorial Day weekend. I'm sure you had a grandpa who killed a Japanese persons.
And, like, taking control of your own life, and, you know, why you might be better off making decisions for how your life should be run than, you know, in the case of One Piece, the world government. A lot of that kind of thing is the sort of thing that I feel like Bleach doesn't have that much of. It's mostly about a good dude who always saves his friends. There's some of that kind of interesting stuff with the Soul Society, but I do feel like the series sort of lives and breathes with its style, its characters, its fun fights, and you know, just doing all the basic stuff a little bit better than more subpar shows. And I mean, that's enough for me in this case.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it. I know sometimes
I'm really
I say
enjoying it.
Yeah, I say things like that a lot of times. I feel like I come off as more complaining than I really mean to. But it's just my way of trying to, you know, be observant, I guess. Try to paint as clear a picture as I can of how I vibe with these things. I got anything you want to end with?
Bleach is back, baby.
Yeah, Bleach is back. I'm excited. I can't believe I just said all that, so I should say this. I can't believe it's being adapted this well. It looks so pretty. 5 chapters per episode. The music sounds nice.
The fights were good.
The fights were good. Like, nothing was drug out unnecessarily. Nothing was overly repetitive. I'm excited. If it stays like this, I think I'll enjoy this than a large part of the original. I mean, the first 52 episodes will always be, like, the heart of Bleach for me.
True.
But, man, this is exciting.
Yeah, it really had the nostalgia going for me, man.
Yeah.
Especially with that ending.
Yeah, man. I guess to take it back to the ending, for hopefully ending this video as we continue to flounder. That AMV style ending, I expect that'll end up being the music for the ending, and they'll end up doing some original animation. But God, that was so nostalgic. It really, it brought me back way, way better than, for instance, a recap would have.
Oh man, that was...
It was so much better.
They pulled it off well.
Yes, yes. I mean, they put it at the end. They done it beautifully. It was well animated. It was synced up well with the music. It was getting me pumped. It was getting me feeling. It was getting me... getting into my shonen heart. You ever heard Shonen Heart? It's a pretty good song. You should go listen to that song.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. It's by the same people. Homemade Kozaku, I believe is their name. They done the second ending for Bleach. It's like my favorite. They're a good band. But yeah, Shonen Heart. Shonen Heart. That's how it had me feeling there at the end, really. I mean, it took me back. It took me back to
really
those...
took me back, man.
Yeah, those...
Our high school days where we binged it. Absolutely binged, what?
Yeah.
300 something episodes in a summer.
Yes, indeed. It took me back there. And that really did impress me a lot. I'm feeling good. I mean, this was one episode.
It passed the vibe check.
Yeah, it definitely passed the vibe check. I kind of hate putting the number on one episode, but I mean, how are you feeling?
I know, man, I'm a Bleach fanboy, and I'm giving it a 9.
Giving it a 9?
I'm giving it a 9.
I'm tempted to say the same. I'm usually way more critical about... But what's supposed to be critical about?
It was good.
I had fun. Yeah, it was good. I'd probably say strong 8, light 9. That's probably where I'd be sitting, which I guess makes sense. I don't know what else to say, guys. It's a good show.
It's damn good.
And I'm looking forward to more. Hey, I don't usually do vlogs. I usually do super, super highly edited videos. And this dude
usually
plays video games. So,
trying to branch out, doing collabs with my boy here.
Yeah. Probably more vlogs, podcast type things. Probably more vlogs. I think this is going to be more fun to put together, to edit, to get out. So
think so?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe. I could regret saying that, but you might expect some more vlogs, some solo, some duo.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Subscribe, links in the description, blah blah blah. You know the deal.
You know the thing.
Hit the bell. Something good will happen.
Hopefully.
It'll happen to me. This is definitely not a vlog channel, and yet
we're vlogging.
A vlog. Exactly. Say something.
Bleach is awesome.
Don't be louder than me, though.
Don't. Why are you trying to intimidate me, man?
Because you're right beside the microphone.